Hi guys, we're going to talk about physical and chemical changes. So there are two different types of changes in matter, and they are physical changes and chemical changes. Physical changes are when matter changes form without becoming something completely new. So this is when we start and end with the same thing. An example of this would be like melted ice is still water and broken glass is still glass. So water would still be water in that case, just in a different form, and the glass would still be glass, it would just look a little bit different. Some examples of this are cutting, breaking, freezing, melting, and boiling. So we see a karate guy chopping wood right here. We have ice being melted into water. Here are some more examples. We have boiling water, melting ice, and then breaking glass. So again, it just changed form or shape. It's not something completely new, but it has changed in some way. On the other hand, we have chemical changes that are chemical reactions. This is when matter changes and becomes something completely new. We start and end with different things. This is involving the breaking and forming of bonds. It's usually irreversible, which means that you can't change it back. With physical changes, you can change it back to the former state, but with chemical changes, you cannot. Some examples of this are burning, rusting, or milk going sour. So in this example, we have a house burning. We wouldn't be able to get that house back. With the metal right here, it's rusting. We wouldn't be able to get that rust to go away. And lastly, we have Will Ferrell and Anchorman drinking some spoiled milk, and that milk's never going to be able to get back to its original form. So now we're going to talk about some signs of physical changes and chemical changes. So on the left side, we have some changes, some signs of physical changes. So size change, shape change, texture change, which means the way that it feels, and then phase changes like melting and boiling. Those are all physical changes also. So these are all going to be the same form or the same state of matter, just a different form. Over here we have a chemical change. So we have temperature or energy change. This can be heat or light being added, color change, bubbles and fizzing, smoke, smell, and then what's called a precipitate, which is when a solid forms by two liquids being mixed together. We're going to move on to some examples just to make sure we really understand. So is it a chemical or a physical change? Glass breaking. Take a second to decide. Oh, you're right. A physical change. So it's still glass. Next one is baking a cake. So what you should ask yourself is, can you get the ingredients back? Can you get back the eggs? Can you get back the flour? No, you can't. So it's going to be a chemical change because physical changes are reversible and chemical changes are not. All right, thanks for listening.